So upon this journey of life, we might look towards a meaning of self. What gives us meaning? What gives us purpose? And we may even try to manifest in a new sense of purpose, a new sense of meaning into our lives. We may even pursue happiness, for example. So let's do an EFT tapping on the meaning of self. So taking full responsibility for our own well-being and repeating after me, let's go with that flow. Let's begin to tap. Even though I'm trying to find a meaning of self, and I've had many meanings in my life, many challenges, and through these challenges, I may have found new meanings to my life, and I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though I may be trying to manifest in what I truly desire in life, what truly gives me purpose and will fill my life with endless happiness. And I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though throughout this continuum of life, I'm on a journey. And this journey doesn't want to find stagnation, but a continued growth. And I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. This meaning, this sense of meaning, the sense of purpose, of who I am, this meaning of self. I've tried to look elsewhere, to external sources, to what other people are doing in their lives who have really found their purpose, who have really found their meaning. And I might say to myself, if I do this 30-day challenge, if I eat exactly what they eat, have their morning routine, think the way they do, act the way they do, and be exact clone of them, then I can have that same sense of meaning and that same sense of purpose. Because what they have, I truly desire. And when I say that statement, and what they have, I truly desire, may mean there's some of my experiences that aren't desirable and don't give me meaning. And if I copy exactly what they do, am I able to copy their exact same experiences through life? Their challenges, their learning from these challenges, the personal growth from these challenges. And when future challenges arise, will I have the same skill set that I've developed to rise to these challenges and be resilient to them? And I may want happiness in my life. I only want to experience happiness. I only want positive experiences. And when I look at that statement, at my pursuit of happiness, it may mean that I'm currently lacking positivity. That while I'm pursuing happiness, I have yet to achieve it. And I lack happiness in my life. But if I look to my past experiences, I may have had happy experiences. So am I still pursuing something that I've already have? And is the person pursuing the same person experiencing this happiness? And have I created a separation between myself of what I perceive as happiness and what I'm already capable of? This happiness within. And I may be manifesting in the life that I desire. To work on the beach, to never work again, whatever it is to make me happy. And once again, this happiness might be in relation to what other people have as happiness. But is it the life that I want? And I may be waiting for the universe to synchronize my future for me. But when I look at this, at least from a universal standpoint, from the point of the Big Bang to the formation of planets, cells and bacteria, into who I am today, there's really been no separation between me and the universe. I come from the universe. So once again, I'm waiting at the bus stop for myself to arrive. This separation between. And there may have been other experiences in my life that have created a disconnect. Painful experiences that I don't want to associate to, that have happened to me, but aren't a part of me. And I may have disassociated from these traumas. And I might not want to look at these negative experiences, these adverse experiences. Because within this adverse experience is much fear. Fear that I've been subjected to. Fear that I've tried to escape from. Fear that I've tried to self-soothe. So the intensity doesn't become overwhelming. So I don't become overwhelmed by fear. And I pursue happiness and an escape from fear. But sometimes in my life, I've had some wounds, some accidents that have happened. In order for these wounds to heal, I needed to tend to these wounds so I could live a bit more freely. And when I don't attend to these wounds, they tend to grow. And I suffer from that. And my life becomes suffering. And sometimes that becomes my meaning of my life. Is this overwhelming suffering from unintended wounds? And sometimes it's not the pain itself. It's not looking at the suffering. It's avoiding the pain that creates the suffering. And by doing some inner work, by tending to these wounds that I may have experienced through my life, I can start to heal this fear. Heal this fear within. Letting go of that fear that I've been subjected to and had to carry through my life. And when I start to tend to this fear, when I have self-awareness of this fear that's in me, when I give that fear some love, it may start to turn down the intensity of that fear. And I may have had many fears in my life. Financial fears, relationship fears, emotional fears, fears of achieving more in my life, fears of deserving more in my life, fears of doing what I want to do in life, and fears of listening to my own body. And when I start to address these fears, when I start to heal these fears and turn down that intensity, that fear may not limit me anymore. And other emotions may arise that were controlled by this fear. That happiness that I was pursuing may have the freedom to grow within me, is no longer caged in by these perceptions of danger. I may no longer fear finances, and I may welcome in the finances that I deserve. Because I don't think it's finances that I fear. It's the fear that I fear. And there may be other aspects of my life where I start to do things more naturally, that I start to learn and grow from these experiences that I'm facing, that I have some post-traumatic growth, that I turn adversity into prosperity by proving to myself that I am possible of doing these things, that I am confident in doing these things, for I have addressed my fear, and my future draws near. Rather than waiting at the bus stop for my abundance, I become the bus driver, driving towards my goals with a new sense of confidence, a new sense of self, and perhaps a new direction of what gives me a meaning of self. that truly gives me meaning. And there may be people that come and go through my journey of life. And each of these people give me an experience to grow from. They may give me challenges to grow from. And I get this wisdom from this trauma, this learning and growing from this trauma. That gives me a sense of empowerment. That when there is something in my life, I just don't sit by. I get up and start taking action. With the skill set that I've proved to myself, with this emotional resilience, where I've proven to myself I have capacity, that I've turned debilitating experiences into truly liberating experiences. And I don't even have to consciously try. Because I've already proven it to myself. And rather than having fear as my protective nature, this post-traumatic growth, this learning and growing from my experiences, becomes my second nature, like riding a bike, like speaking, like walking, like asking that person out that I really am attracted to. Whatever challenge that I face, I've faced the challenges that give me meaning. And I am thankful for my pain, for it tells me when things are wrong and when I'm in danger. And I'll listen to my suffering for when my body is saying no to something. And if need be, I'll address this fear, or I'll just not go near that sense of danger. As a part of the universe, I want to tune into myself. Everything's connected. So being better connected to myself in both body, mind, and spirit not only strengthens the connection to myself, but to everyone else sharing this collective experience of life, all finding their meaning of life, a meaning that gives them meaning, and a meaning that gives me meaning, and a sense of purpose, and a sense of playfulness for what I enjoy in my life. I truly want to do more of. So I might find some pleasurable struggles, like learning to draw. I don't get it right first time. I learn and develop that skill. And I'm going to learn and develop some emotional skills so that I am truly capable of achieving a life that gives me meaning, that gives me a sense of purpose, and connects me to others and to myself in body, mind, and spirit. And taking a full breath in and letting it out. So, yes, being connected to yourself, your emotions, looking at both the positive and the negative. I mean, for a light at the end of the tunnel to actually exist, it takes the darkness surrounding the light. So it's not so much focusing on the light, it's knowing that both experiences can be integrated into a learning experience that we can learn and grow from. And what we see as our purpose now may be different on this continuum, because life is kind of like a verb. It's a doing thing. We're human beings. So who we're being now may change down the track. So going with that flow and learning, being curious about ourselves, both the positive and the negative experiences, because the negative experiences were really just those experiences trying to keep us safe. So they're kind of positive in a way. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services. I offer EFT tapping online, one-on-one. So if you're interested, check out eflowtionsupportservices.com. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.